The Hyundai Kona has quietly become one of those cars that outsells almost everything people assume is more popular. It is Hyundai's small crossover for buyers who want personality without paying a premium, and this N Line version is the one that pushes that personality the hardest. In a segment full of cautious, sensible little SUVs, the Kona has always been the one willing to look like it has somewhere interesting to be. From the outside, the N Line treatment leans into that fully. There is a more aggressive front bumper, body-colored cladding in place of the usual black plastic, twin exhaust tips, and that full-width light bar across the nose that makes the Kona instantly recognizable at night. It looks fast, standing still, which is exactly the point. And on the show floor, it pulls the eye in a way cars costing thousands more often fail to manage. Inside, the Kona is roomier and better thought through than its compact footprint suggests. The dashboard runs two wide screens side by side. The materials are a clear step up from the cheap end of the class, and the N Line adds sport seats and metal pedals to back up the exterior promise. There is real space here too, with rear legroom that embarrasses some larger crossovers because Hyundai built this generation around interior room rather than just style. That focus on space shows up most in the boot. The Kona offers 25.5 cubic feet behind the rear seats and just under 64 cubic feet with them folded, which is a lot of usable room in a car this size. For a small crossover that looks this sporty, the practicality is genuinely surprising. If breakdowns like this help you decide which small SUV is worth it, subscribe so you catch the next one. Under the hood, the N Line gets the engine the styling deserves, a 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, making 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic and the option of all-wheel drive. It is genuinely brisk for the class, with enough mid-range pull to make the sporty look feel at least partly earned. And that brings us to the one honest catch. The N Line looks like a hot hatch, promising something fierce, but this is not the old Kona N. There is no hardcore performance version on this generation, and the chassis is tuned for comfort more than corner carving, so the way it drives does not quite match the way it looks. The good news is that the turbo engine is quick enough to cover most of that gap, and the N Line buyer is usually after the look, the equipment, and the everyday usability more than lap times, all of which the Kona delivers. On price, this is where Hyundai's value case lands. The Kona starts in the high 20,000s, with the turbocharged, all-wheel drive versions sitting in the low 30s, undercutting a lot of the style-focused rivals while offering more standard equipment. Against the Subaru Crosstrek, the Honda HR-V, and the Chevrolet Trax, the Kona's mix of bold design, real interior space, and a proper turbo engine makes a strong argument. Taken together, the Kona N Line is the small crossover that refuses to be boring. It is not a performance car, and it does not need to be. It looks the part, it carries more than its size suggests, and it asks for less money than the way it looks would lead you to expect. For a lot of buyers, that combination is exactly what